Charlo returned against Thomas Lemon in a very impressive performance. Again, Charlo used the jab, the right hand, the left hook. He showed with ease why he is a class above the likes of Thomas Lemon. Good to see Charlo back. Good to see him putting punches together. But he looked big. He looked strong. He looked a force as super middleweight. And all the time while he was throwing them punches and hitting, even with the jab, he was hurting Lamana. And I'm thinking to myself, what happens if he fights like Caleb Plant, looking so physically strong, so powerful, and he lands jabs on Caleb Plant. And I was really worried about Caleb Plant going into this fight against Lisante. I really did, because Caleb Plant doesn't do well against pressure fighters, and he seems to tire against pressure fighters. That being said, Caleb Plant goes in there and fights against Lisante and gets beat. He gets beat against the pressure fighter. He looked amateurish. The best punch he had was a left hook to the body and a left hook to the head. Like the punch that knocked out Darrell. Yeah, that was it. Other than that, he was being walked down. He was unable to set the pace. He was unable to control the pace. And Vicente was able to walk him down, throw punches, and he tires in the second half of the fight. So between him and his trainer, I do not understand why Caleb Plant tires so much. I cannot understand it. I don't get it, right? So that's got to be back on the trainer and Plant, because it's 2 fights now. In the biggest fights of your career, yeah, you tire against pressure fighters, which means the way you're trained, the type of training you have, is not suited to the way you fight. You should be able to have gas in the tank. You should not be having to, after 6 rounds, either you're weight trained, 1 or 2. The way you're training is amateurish. Therefore, you're not world-class fit. You can do the rounds, you get 12 rounds, but you can't fight at a world-class pace. You're not a big puncher, but you fight like a big puncher. You put everything into big shots, but you're not a big puncher. Therefore, going down the stretch, you're tired. And your punches are not having the effect that's necessary. Leaky defense. Plant has to really look at his style going forward, because I'm telling you now, if he fights Charlo's gonna knock the crap out of him. Honestly, seriously, a bad fight, bad matchmaking.